All right, we're here with Coach Daugherty is here, and we got a couple guys in the room, so we'll let them get started. Here's Coach Daugherty.
Good afternoon, everyone. Excited the season is here. 2 exhibition games showed us a lot of good things and a lot of things we have to clean up before we step on the court against Penn State here in about 3 days. So we are deep into practice and feeling very confident about our group of people and how well they're performing. We're able to see everybody play an exhibition, and that gave us a better idea as a coaching staff of who's able to produce out there and who's able to run the system at a pretty high level to get out there and start out the regular season the right way.
What specific things, if any, did you learn about your team from the exhibitions that maybe you weren't expecting going in?
Yeah, I felt like I knew our defense was ahead of our offense going in, and that's been a big part of our focus. I think that we've changed some people's positions around on the floor. For example, Romberg has gone from the guard position to the forward position. Brandy Thomas has gone from forward out to guard, and they're only sophomores in the program, but they're obviously very pivotal to the success that we're going to continue to have here at Washington State. But I think that defensively we're ahead of things. Offensively, we have a long ways to go as far as cleaning up our execution and understanding what we're trying to get out of each offensive set on the floor and making sure we're going to those first and second options before we break down and get into a lower percentage shot or not an opportunity for one of our sharp shooters to score for us.
Did I read? Did Sage came off the bench on?
Sage came off the bench. She came off the bench both games, and she, I really like the way she's improving. I think that she is in a situation where she has a lot to learn right now, going from the wing position to the forward position. She's a southpaw in there. She's probably our best passer. I believe she's our best passer in the program, especially in the interior. She's also a very, very good rebounder for us, and obviously a scorer. She's one of the 5 young ladies chosen on the all-conference team last year, on the all-freshman team, and that was a great award for her in recognition of how talented she really is. But she's still learning the system on the defensive end in particular, and there's quite a bit that goes on in both defensive systems that we're playing right now. It's a learning curve is there, and she's getting there, and she's improving each day, but she's still coming off the bench, and until she is able to produce at a higher level and be able to, obviously play the system at a higher level, she'll continue to come off the bench.
Definitely see her staying at the 4.
Oh, yeah. She's, the way we play with 4 out, 1 in, she has an opportunity that way to, I think, get actually a little bit more looks than what she typically gets at the 3 position for us. And such a strong rebounder. I mean, she's tremendous. She reads the ball come off the rim as well as anybody that we have in the program. And when she gets it, she's pretty efficient about scoring.
Are you, in your career, have you been more of a 6 person being more of a defender or more of an offensive? What kind of spark do you want, or does it depend on how the 5 people you start?
Yeah, that's a good question, and I think it's a little early to say exactly where we're at, here with us. But when you ask what do you want, of course, as a coach, you want both. You want that defensive stopper, and you want that 6th player to come in there, and 7th player, 8th player. We usually rotate 8 to 10 players, but to come in there and take the level of play up a notch on both ends of the floor. And we talk about that a lot as a program. It's not necessarily who is starting. It's who is out there producing and getting it done, and who's finishing the game or finishing the opponent off. And that's tough. It's tough for young people to buy into some days, but there's a lot of good examples of that in the NBA and the WNBA. Some of the best players come off the bench in both those leagues.
You start the road trek this week, and one of the harder parts of playing in Pullman is those road trips, getting to places. This group, it's kind of fun right off the bat, probably, to see how they're gonna mesh on the road.
Yeah.
Because isn't it? I mean, don't you have to kind of? You're it. The group of kids that go with you. That's what goes with you at a women's basketball game. So, is that something you look forward to seeing how they?
Yeah, we've talked about this a little bit. Obviously quite a bit as a staff, but we think we're ready. We think we're ready to take on a challenge like this. It's what is it? Every one of these teams was in postseason play last year. I think that we're playing in the preseason, and this is where we want to take this program. We want to go out and compete against the very best, and we're going to learn from that. I believe we're going to win a lot of games. We're going to learn a lot from wins and losses, and be able to come home and continue to improve and get ready. Obviously the goal is to win the Pac-12. That's the goal. So you have to use your preseason to do that. I'm excited to get on the road with this group. We've got so many great personalities in this group. I mean, airports are actually fun with them just because you never know what they're up to, but they're a lot of fun, and they get along. There's great chemistry. But we've got it's a diverse group. I mean, we've got kids from Germany and Canada and all over the United States, and I'm sure it'll be an interesting time on the road with them. It's something that we look forward to, because it does give us more time as a staff to watch them bond, and also to continue to build that chemistry, but also to get to know them a little bit better. We don't always get that time just because we're so busy with the practices, and then they're off to class. So we're looking forward to the whole thing, besides the challenge of playing a nationally ranked team right out of the starting blocks, on their home court in their tournament.
Your team has a lot of experience. You have your nationally ranked recruiting class now, all seniors. Yeah. Does that change the expectations of your team as you go into the season?
I think the expectation has always been high, and I don't think that's ever changed, no matter what the outcome has been over the past 4 years with that class. I think that what I'm seeing now is there's just a huge deal of leadership and quality leadership that really understands what we're trying to do on both ends of the court, and what they need to do off the court to be successful. It's not enough to be great in practice and go out and win games. You got to take care of business off the court, whether that be, taking care of your classroom work to be eligible, taking care of all the things that come down the road in the college scene, nutrition, everything. So I see great leadership from those kids, and they've always been talented, they've always improved, but I think they've all taken a huge step up in the leadership department to help us.
How have your young freshmen adapted to your playing style?
I don't think they're there yet. To be honest with you, I think that at times they probably walk out of the basketball practice gym and think they've been in a swimming pool because their heads are swimming. Literally, because it's just so much to learn at this level. It takes a good year, honestly, to be able to truly understand what we're trying to do defensively in both systems that we play. And the good news is the upperclassmen are always there patting them on the back saying, it's okay, I felt cross-eyed, I felt like that too. You'll get through it, just keep watching film, keep believing in it, it works. And what's nice right now is that we have enough of the upperclassmen who can go out there and show them every day how to do it right. And that's very valuable to those young kids.
Any other questions for Coach?
Could you, Jim, just quickly something about Penn State, just what they've got, what the challenges are?
Yeah, I mean, they, coming off a nice NCAA run, no doubt about it. They, gosh, such a balanced team, but two of the best guards in the country. Two very, very high premier guards in the country, and the front line's big, and they really do a great job of sharing the basketball and attacking both inside and out. A very quick team. They love to get up and down the floor. Defensively, in the past, again, this will be their first game as well in the regular season. But in the past, they'll get after you with some zone, three-quarter court pickup, and they'll back it up into 2-3 or man-to-man. So they like to affect the tempo both offensively and defensively, and I think they've got great balance as a team.
Questions on the line for Coach Daugherty?
Easy opener.
Yes, hey, this is Jada Evans from the Seattle Times. How are you doing?
Hi, Jada. Doing well, thanks.
Good. I wanted to ask you just a little bit about the season here. Now that you've got kind of all of your recruits, what are your kind of expectations now that everybody's, at least, well, do you seem like you're able to kind of put your mark on it, on the program this season with everybody?
The recruits as in the signing class that's coming next week, or the freshmen that are here now? When you say recruits?
Yeah, everybody that's here now.
Okay, great. Yeah, no, first of all, Jordan Kelly, parade All-American out of Gillette, Wyoming. has just now been cleared. She was cleared, I think, 4 days ago. She did not play significant minutes yet in practice nor in our exhibition games. So she is somebody who's got some catching up to do. But with every indication that we've seen so far in the limited amount of time that she's practiced, she's really going to help our team, and we expect her to help us this year. It's tough to come off of double shoulder surgery and not be cleared till November. But this kid is obviously a very unique individual. If you've ever met her, you'll see that in her personality. She's #1 in her class, very bright young lady. One of 30 parade All-Americans in the country last year, senior year, and 2-time Player of the Year out of Wyoming. This kid knows how to get it done, and she's really itching. She's dying to get out there and play at a higher level for us. But right now, she's still a little bit behind in trying to understand the system, and that's to be expected just because she hasn't been able to practice much. Shaylee Deansall, the 6'4" gal from Victoria, Canada. I'll tell you what, she is long, and people that saw the exhibition game the other day, she disrupts a lot of shots. She gets a hold of a lot of shots. This is a very talented post player. I think probably one of the most could be one of the most talented or the most talented post player I've had the privilege of coaching, and I've been coaching for 30 years. She's not there yet, but I'll tell you the potential that she shows and her athleticism and her length. I think she's about 6'7" with her arm length and all, and her athletic ability is a great package. And every day it is so fun to work with her down there in the front line. She's going to be, I think, a great Pac-12 player when it's all said and done. The third player is Tia Presley, who was the GSL all-time leading scorer over here on the sunny side of the state, the right side of the state, and she has switched roles a little bit in the sense that she's come in here and she is playing point guard, backup point guard for us right now, learning the system. Bright young lady, really picking up. As you know, she's also very aggressive as a scorer. So if she gets an open look out. She's going to take it. And I think she's our leading scorer the first exhibition game, and she's really developing very, very quickly. A very confident young lady at the point guard position for us, and I think it has a strong basketball IQ. So really excited about all three freshmen and how well they are doing.
What has been the biggest challenge for you? I mean, you've made steady progression over there. Obviously, Washington State doesn't have that much of a history with success in the past before you got there. So, I mean, what's been the biggest challenge in turning that program around?
Well, I think that, there were days when Harold Rhodes was here and they went to the NCAA tournament and they did a lot of great things over here. And then for whatever reasons, they weren't able to accomplish the level of success that we want to accomplish here at Washington State. And I think that one of the best things for us is that we've been given the time and we've been given the confidence from our leadership here to go out and recruit quality individuals of great character and talent, and be able to bring them along at a pace of understanding that we were not going to win overnight, not the level that we want to win at. And the way we want to win is at a very high national level. So I'm very fortunate that I've had leadership over here from the president's office through the athletic directorship, in understanding that you don't build a winning program just 1 year or 2 years. It takes time, and the support has been there from day one. And that's something that a lot of coaches don't actually receive that. So I've been very, very fortunate to have that type of leadership and support, and understanding that we're going to build this from the ground up. We're going to build it with kids of great character and talent, and they were going to be patient enough with us to get it done. And we're looking forward to a big year and getting it done for us in a big way.
Do you think that the schedule, I mean, you're continuing to play some great opponents that you were speaking of earlier, do you think that that's important as far as recruiting and changing the dynamic over there?
Yeah, it's important in recruiting. I think it's it's important for our fan base. Keep in mind most of these teams will return to Pullman next year. And that's exciting for us as well. But no doubt it's important in recruiting. Players like to be challenged against the best. They know they're going to get that in the Pac-12 night in and night out, but also in the preseason. So that's been very, very important. The challenge of a schedule like this is how mentally tough are we going to be. about each game night in and night out, because it's certainly, if not the most competitive schedule in the conference, probably one of the top three, with maybe Stanford's being a little bit stronger than ours. But how mentally tough are we going to be about each challenge each night, and what are we going to learn from each opportunity that we get in this preseason?